Bron Breakker just went absolutely nuclear on WWE Raw. The Intercontinental Champion speared everything that moved, including WWE official Adam Pearce. We're talking about pure, unfiltered carnage that left the entire WWE universe in shock. This is the kind of chaos that changes everything, and I'm breaking down every single detail right now. What's up, Suplex Rumble Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the most electrifying wrestling coverage on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button now because after what went down on Raw, you need to stay plugged into all the fallout that's coming. Alright, let's set the scene and walk through exactly what transpired on Monday Night Raw. Because this was not your typical segment, this was a statement. Bron Breakker, the reigning Intercontinental Champion and one of the most physically dominant superstars in WWE today, absolutely snapped on Raw. We're talking about a man who decided that words weren't enough, that looking intimidating wasn't enough. He needed to show the entire roster, the entire WWE universe, and everyone watching at home that he is the most dangerous man in professional wrestling right now. The segment reportedly started with tensions already running high. Now, without showing you the actual footage, because we respect copyright here at Suplex Rumble, let me paint you a picture of what went down based on the reports and eyewitness accounts flooding social media. Bron Breakker came to the ring with intensity radiating off him. This wasn't the calculated, strategic Bron we've seen before. This was a man possessed, a man who had something to prove, and a man who was ready to go through anyone to make his point. And when I say anyone, I mean anyone. According to multiple sources, Breakker started laying waste to superstars left and right with his devastating spear, that Steiner strength, that explosive power that literally looks like he's trying to put people through the ring. One spear, two spears, three spears, it was like watching a wrecking ball destroy everything in its path. But here's where things got insane, and I mean absolutely wild. Bron Breakker didn't just stop with the active roster members. When WWE official Adam Pearce, the man responsible for running Monday Night Raw, tried to restore order and presumably get Breakker to stop this rampage, what happened? Spear. Breakker took out the general manager. Now, for those who might be newer to wrestling, let me explain why this is such a massive deal. WWE officials, general managers, authority figures, they're supposed to be somewhat protected. Yes, we've seen physicality involving authority figures throughout wrestling history, but when an active competitor just decimates a WWE official without hesitation, that's crossing a major line. That's the kind of action that brings consequences. To understand the significance of this chaos, we need to talk about Bron Breakker's journey and why this moment represents a massive evolution in his character. Bron Breakker is second-generation royalty in professional wrestling. He's the son of Rick Steiner and nephew of Scott Steiner, the legendary Steiner brothers. That's Hall of Fame DNA running through his veins. But here's what makes Bron special, he's not just writing on his family name. This man is carving out his own legacy, and he's doing it with a combination of old-school intensity and modern-day athleticism. When Bron first arrived in NXT, we saw potential. We saw a young man with incredible physical tools, the strength, the speed, the agility for someone his size. But there were questions. Could he develop the psychology? Could he handle the pressure of those massive expectations? Could he become more than just a great athlete and transform into a complete superstar? Well, guess what? He answered every single one of those questions with a resounding yes. His NXT championship reign showed us that he could carry a brand. His matches demonstrated that he understood storytelling. His promos revealed that he had charisma and could connect with the audience. Bron Breakker was ready for the main roster. Since arriving on the main roster and capturing the Intercontinental Championship, Bron has been on an absolute tear. That title isn't just a prop to him, it's a symbol of excellence, a championship with a lineage that includes legends like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Randy Savage, Chris Jericho, and so many more incredible performers. Bron treats the title with respect, and he's been destroying everyone who dares challenge him for it. But what we saw on Raw represents something different. This isn't just Bron defending his championship or cutting a promo about being the best. This is Bron saying, I'm done playing by the rules. I'm done waiting for opportunities. I'm taking what I want, and nobody is going to stop me. That's a dangerous mindset for someone with his physical capabilities. His spear has become one of the most devastating finishing moves in all of WWE. When Bron hits that spear, it doesn't look choreographed, it looks real. It looks like he's legitimately trying to break people in half. The impact, the explosion, the way opponents crumble, it's reminiscent of Goldberg's spear, Edge's spear, Roman Reigns' spear, but Bron has added his own violent signature to it. Now let's talk about what this rampage means for WWE moving forward, because actions like this don't happen in a vacuum, there are going to be major repercussions. First and foremost, let's address the Adam Pearce situation. Pearce is the general manager of Raw, the authority figure responsible for maintaining order, booking matches, and ensuring the show runs smoothly. When a superstar physically attacks the general manager, that's grounds for serious consequences. We're talking potential fines, suspensions, being stripped of championships. WWE has a whole playbook of punishments they could throw at Bron Breakker. But here's the thing, and this is where storytelling gets interesting: will WWE actually punish him? Sometimes in wrestling, when someone is so dominant, so powerful, and so over with the crowd, the authority figures become almost powerless to control them. Could we be seeing the beginning of an unstoppable monster run where Bron just does whatever he wants and WWE can't stop him? That would be incredible television. Second, think about what this means for the Intercontinental Championship division. Every single person who wants the title now knows that they're not just facing a tough competitor, they're facing someone who's completely unhinged. When you step in the ring with Bron Breakker, you're not just risking a loss, you're risking serious injury. That makes the stakes so much higher for every title defense moving forward. Third, and this is crucial, we need to consider WrestleMania implications. We're in the road to WrestleMania season, and WWE is building stories that will culminate at the biggest show of the year. Could this Rampage be leading to a massive match at WrestleMania? Could we see Bron Breakker in a high-profile program that capitalizes on this newfound aggressive persona? There are so many potential directions. Maybe someone from the roster steps up as the hero who needs to stop Bron's reign of terror. Maybe a legend comes back to teach the young champion some respect. Maybe we see a multi-person match where several superstars team up because nobody can beat Bron one-on-one. The possibilities are endless. From a character development standpoint, this could be the moment where Bron transitions from promising young champion to legitimate main event player. When you do something this bold, this shocking, you immediately elevate yourself in the hierarchy. People start talking about you differently. Suddenly you're not just in the midcard championship picture, you're being discussed as a future WWE champion, a future Universal champion, a future face of the company. And let's not forget about the locker room dynamic. How do the other superstars react to this? Does this create enemies who want revenge? Does this create allies who respect the dominance? Does this create fear where people don't even want to be on the same show as Bron Breakker? The ripple effects of one segment like this can influence storylines for months. What makes moments like this so special is that they remind us of some of the greatest periods in wrestling history. Let me take you on a quick journey through time to show you why Bron Breakker's Rampage fits into a legendary lineage of chaos. Think back to Stone Cold Steve Austin during the Attitude Era. Austin made a career out of defying authority, attacking his boss, and creating absolute mayhem. The difference? Austin was the anti-hero rebel, while Bron is a dominant force of nature. But both understood that chaos creates compelling television. Remember when Brock Lesnar returned to WWE and just started destroying everything? The F5S on announcers, the attacks on legends, the complete disregard for anyone's safety? That established Brock as the ultimate final boss in WWE. Could Bron be following a similar path? Building that same aura of invincibility? Or go back even further to the monster heel runs, guys like Vader, Kane during his early days, or even The Undertaker when he was at his most destructive. These weren't just big men who won matches. These were forces that changed the entire landscape of the show just by their presence. When they decided to go on a rampage, everybody had to deal with the fallout. What makes Bron's situation unique is that he combines the athletic ability of a modern superstar with the intensity and believability of those classic monster characters. He can fly around the ring with the best of them, but he can also make you believe he's going to legitimately hurt someone. That's a rare combination. Even looking at more recent examples, think about Drew McIntyre's dominant runs or Bobby Lashley when he was just mowing through everyone. These periods of dominance, these stretches where one superstar just decides the rules don't apply to them anymore, that's when wrestling is at its most exciting. That's when you tune in every week because you don't know what's going to happen next. The unpredictability factor is so important in today's wrestling landscape. With social media, dirt sheets, and everyone analyzing every move, it's hard to truly surprise the audience anymore. But when someone just goes off script with their intensity and creates real chaos? When the audience genuinely doesn't know if this is part of the plan or if someone's actually lost their mind? That's magical. So the million-dollar question that every wrestling fan is asking right now is simple: what happens next? And let me tell you, the speculation is running wild. Social media has been absolutely exploding with theories about where this storyline goes. Some fans think we're going to see Adam Pearce come back with serious consequences, maybe suspending Bron, maybe stripping him of the title, maybe forcing him into impossible odds matches. The authority figure revenge angle is a classic wrestling trope, and it could work brilliantly here. Others are speculating that this opens the door for a major opponent to step up. Maybe someone from SmackDown? Maybe a surprising return? Maybe someone from NXT getting called up specifically to stop Bron's rampage? The WWE roster is stacked with talent, and any number of superstars could believably step into this program. There's also the fascinating possibility that WWE leans into this and makes Bron completely untouchable for a while. What if he continues this rampage week after week? What if every time someone tries to challenge him, they get speared into oblivion? building him up as this unstoppable force before the right hero emerges to finally take him down. That's money. Some fans are even wondering if this could lead to a faction forming against Bron. Think about it, if one person can't stop him, maybe it takes 3 or 4 superstars working together. We could see a group form specifically to combat Bron's dominance, leading to some incredible multi-person match scenarios. From a championship perspective, this makes the Intercontinental title feel more important than it has in years. When your champion is out here spearing general managers and causing chaos, the title becomes a symbol of power, not just a mid-card prize. That's exactly what WWE needs to make every championship feel prestigious and meaningful. And let's talk about the fan reactions at live events going forward. Can you imagine the energy when Bron Breakker comes out after doing